Hi everyone, I'm Kaylee. I want to welcome you to my channel. I started gardening and cooking from scratch about a year ago. I wanted to heal some gut issues I had going on, which has actually helped quite a bit. So I'm continuing on my journey and I wanted to start bringing you guys along with me. So let's do a tour of my garden and see how this summer in Florida has treated us. It's not looking very good right now, but it is the start of our growing season. So I'll share some of my new seedlings with you that I've already started. I'm gonna also start some seeds today so we can go over that. And don't judge me for all of the mess. Let's go. All right guys, we're gonna start on the side over here. I have a blueberry bush. It is not doing very well. Yeah, these blueberry bushes have seen better days. I'm hoping they survive the weather. This is Tyson. He has survived the weather thus far. All right, over here in this corner, and I have a little tiny yard. You can garden even with limited space. You just have to be a little more resourceful. This is a tea bush. So it grows little purple flowers and attracts bees. Lots and lots of bees. This is a fire bush. It has these little orange and red flowers. I've actually gotten a hummingbird. I'm super excited about it. So it's already putting on some berries and stuff. So the birds have been hanging out over here too. I started a little pumpkin. I'll show you the other one in a second at the other end. That one's doing much better in the pot, but you know, we have sandy soil in Florida, so it is what it is. I was just experimenting. This is a Stokes aster. It's a beautiful purple flower. I love these. These are tropical sage. Little red flowers, and then there's pink ones. I have some milkweed back there. That is swamp milkweed. This bush in the middle, this is salt and pepper. I wanted the smaller version, but they only had the bigger version at the native nursery. So you'll see this is pretty good size. It hasn't flowered yet. I guess it flowers fall through spring. So I'll show that to you guys when it starts blooming. And then I have another little fire bush. And this is my other pumpkin plant, Seminole pumpkin, because I guess it's a tropical version. I've never grown it before. I'm just experimenting, as with everything, since this is only my second year gardening. So last year in this bed, I grew some tomato plants, onions. None of it did super well. This is actually a sweetie tomato plant. It's a really small cherry tomato. Oh, there's actually one right here. It has some fruit on it already again. I'm growing it just to see how well it'll keep growing. I need to cut some of the bottom stuff off, but it's doing really well for how hot it's been. It's finally cooling down a little bit. I think that's why it's putting some fruit on. And then I planted some sun hemp. So sun hemp puts nutrients back in the soil, and then I'll cut all that back and put it down to provide mulch and nutrition for the next tomato plants and stuff that I put in this bed. I think I'm just going to do tomatoes and onions. These are really going out now. They're dead. Like, they've just died in the last couple days. But I do have a couple zinnia over here that are still pretty. But then we have, and I have a bloom right there. This one's open. But I have a banana pepper, random banana pepper. These have actually gotten these are the biggest ones I've had, but this plant has put off quite a bit of fruit so far. It's liked the heat just fine. It took a little while to get going, but once it got going, it's going pretty good. So I have a bunch of empty pots. I've emptied some stuff out of here. We'll be using those very, very soon. I'll show you why. This is the basil, Genovese basil. I started this sometime last year, trying to bolt, so I'm going to cut it back again and make some more pesto out of it. Once I start growing tomatoes and stuff, that will come in very handy for a caprese salad and that. This is my little mulberry tree. When I got this guy, it had 5 leaves. It was just a little stick with 5 leaves. And I've actually cut it back right here right there, and it grew out to new stems. There's my compost bin back there, so I do make some of my own compost. Grill. This is Al. He is an Alfonso mango tree. When I got him, he was very tall, and he was 2 or 3 years old. They weren't sure exactly, but it was 2 or 3 years. And I cut him back because his stem was super skinny, and he was like falling over on himself and had to be supported. So I just cut him in half, and he is now very bushy. So I'm really hoping to at least get a couple fruit this year. That would be amazing, because it's a really delicious fruit. They're smaller, but they're really good. So these are all my baby tomato plants. I started them inside, and we are just getting them accustomed. I haven't left them outside at night because the bug pressure is still pretty high, especially at night. Not as bad as it was, it's getting better. But I have 20 different variety of tomatoes I'm trying. And they're getting, I made some paper pots. They're getting pretty tall. They're like, what? I think the tallest one's maybe a foot. So we'll have to take you guys on the adventure of picking out which ones I want to keep and which ones I want to give away, and planting those in the ground. Because I have 2 beds. There's a bed over here. That's just a couple pepper plants that are not doing so hot. And then the bed I just showed you. These are more banana peppers and Lesia peppers. I like the Lesia peppers because they're super sweet. They don't have that bite like even bell peppers have, like that strong pepper flavor. I really enjoy them. I'm really hoping that I can grow a bunch of them. Those are my onion starts. We have red ones and white ones. White ones aren't doing as good, but we'll see how it goes. And then a couple more. These are like mini tomato plants. So these are going to go in my green stalk. So are the peppers. I'm going to try to grow the peppers in the green stalk. So this is my one green stalk. We have some jalapenos. It's growing a bunch of those already. I think this is a little banana. This is lavender. That one's doing okay, but the one over here is beautiful. And I love it. You can just touch them and then smell your hand, and it smells like lavender. It's wonderful. I brought some of it in and just put it in a little bowl, and it made my kitchen smell really good. I have another banana. This one's actually growing one. It's doing okay. So this one's a banana also. I'm gonna fill in the pockets that don't have anything in them with the other pepper plants. This one down here, that's a Lesia. I think I'm gonna do the bottom 2 with the Lesia peppers because I really like those. I'd like to replace bell peppers with them. And then I have some little flowers in here. These have been in here for quite a while. Lobelia. I just thought they were pretty. One of them died, but I have 3 of them and they're doing okay. I might take them out and replace them with the tomatoes and just get some more next year. We'll see. And don't judge me for this this green stalk. So these are my strawberries. So I planted these last year, and I've just tried to keep them alive through the summer. And some of them are hanging on and some of them are not. So I have seen a little bit more green growth coming through. So we'll see how they do. If nothing else, then I just won't have that many strawberries this year, and we'll start over next year. Yeah, see, I got a couple little green leaves going on. I got some new stuff growing in there. Some little guys growing in there. So there's hope. And then I stuck these runners. They're coming from this plant. Or no. They're actually hanging down from this plant all the way down, and I stuck the runners in there in the soil. So hopefully that'll grow some new ones. And these are actually Lesia pepper plants. Now here's one you can see. They're not doing so good, but this is growing new growth, and I don't have high hopes. I don't even know. They'll have to go on the patio because this bed is going to have tomatoes also because I have so many tomato plants. But we're back to the tea bush. That's my little yard and that's my little garden. All right, friends, we're gonna start some seeds. So I have labels. I just use popsicle sticks. They're not the most efficient thing. They're not what sticks around the longest, but it is what it is. That's what I have. So I'm gonna start a few different things. I have broccoli, zucchini, lettuce, germination, which is a tropical spinach, kale, some more kale, some more broccoli, and then I have some flowers. I actually have only started zinnias and sunflowers, so we're gonna try for inside to start some jasmine, some nasturtiums. I actually have grown nasturtiums, but I started them right in the pot. So I'm gonna try starting them in seed trays and see how that goes. These are 4 o'clocks. I actually would like to, I think they're more bush-like. I would like to start them and then plant them out front of my house because it's a little more shaded and there's a bare spot that needs something. And these are super pretty. Look at those colors. Oh, I love it. It's like a sunset in flower. And then some purple petunias. I've heard they're kind of hard to start. We'll see what happens. This is all experimentation. Just FYI, I am not teaching you how to do any of this. I'm just bringing you along for the ride. Some snapdragons. I think it's just a mix that I got because I've never done snapdragons before. Forget-me-nots. I don't even know if these really grow here that well. It says 60 to 90 Fahrenheit. So we'll see. And that's it. So we're not starting a ton of stuff today. Not as many as I've started before, but I have to figure out how many of each thing I want to start, especially the vegetables. The flowers aren't that big a deal. I can just put them in pots and put them in the yard, whatever. But the broccoli needs a lot of room. The zucchini needs a lot of room. They are going to go in pots. With all the tomatoes and onions that I'm doing, those are going in my beds, and I only have the 2 beds. So those are going to fill those because I'm experimenting with them, as I told you. But we are going to start by, without making a mess, hopefully, labeling all of our popsicle sticks. I am using a Sharpie. This will fade. These will decay. It is what it is. It's fine. I don't care. I'll know what it is when it's big enough that I can't read it anymore. So it's fine. And I also write down in a notebook. Sorry, it's a little warm out here. It's a little sweaty. I write down in a notebook where everything is. So. All right, so we're gonna do for broccoli, Sun King Hybrid. I think I'm gonna start, because I'm doing 2 types of broccoli and 2 types of kale. Maybe I'll just do 3 of each since the cells are 6. Sounds good to me. I don't know. Usually I end up with way too many seedlings, but I don't want to plant too many or not enough and not have any plants. So I will probably just give them away. All right, Sun King Hybrid. Oh, where'd the other one go? In the back. And then Waltham 29. The Sun King Hybrid is just burpy, just because Sun King Hybrid. That's why I got it. Waltham 29 is one that I have seen other Florida growers use, and it works really well. So we're gonna try it out and see. Yeah, doing 3 of each of these, it's gonna be way too much. I literally just want 1 of each, but just in case, I wanna make sure that they germinate. I wanna make sure that they get big. So I tried to grow broccoli last year, but I planted it directly in the bed. And something in my garden really likes baby broccoli plants, so I didn't get any. I'm doing 2 types of lettuce, outrageous and butter crunch. I like the different variety of color. It's pretty. And I like the textures of both of those. So we're doing that. I think I'm gonna just do, and I'm gonna do 2 of the trigemicide. I think I'm gonna do 2 of each of the lettuces. They grow so fast that you can succession plant them. Lost my mind for a second. Don't mind me. All right, and then we have zucchini. I'm doing a zucchini long white. I've heard they taste really good. So we're gonna try those. Because I like regular zucchini, but I have tried a white zucchini before and I did like the taste of it better, but it was a vine variety. I thought it was a bush. So we're gonna just start 2 of those. And these are actually why I have a bigger container versus the smaller one, so that I can start the zucchini. I guess from what I've heard, they don't really like to be transplanted that much. Their roots don't like to be messed with, so that's why and they grow fast. So we're gonna put them in the bigger one so we don't have to plant them out as quickly, because I have squash vine borers in my yard and they have gotten every other squash plant that I have tried to grow, except for my Seminole pumpkins so far. So hopefully during the fall, they won't be as bad. We shall see. Flowers, I don't even know how many to start of these. Here's jasmine, I just need 2. I honestly haven't looked them up in so long. I don't know. I'm gonna do 2 nasturtium, I think. What else we got? We got 4 o'clocks. I'm gonna start 2 of those. I may only need 1. I don't know how big they get. We'll see. If they get too big, I will gift 1. Petunias, I don't know. 4, maybe. Maybe I'll hold, maybe I'll start a whole thing. I don't know how big the plants get. So I'll just make 1 thing and then we can do 6 cells. Petunia, snapdragons. I think I want to do 6 cells. I've seen snapdragons, but I don't know how many flowers the actual plants produce. We shall find out. I honestly am usually really good about doing research, but with flowers, I don't care. I don't know if that's good, bad, or indifferent, whatever. If they die, they die. If they live, wonderful. It's not as heartbreaking as if like a fruit producing plant dies to me. I don't know. I love flowers too. But trying the different ones, it doesn't hurt my feelings if they don't work. Like I want them to live, but it doesn't hurt my feelings as much. Also with the forget-me-nots, I don't really know. 7 to 8 inch plants. I don't know. We'll decide when I'm doing the seeds. This is a wing it and go kind of day. Alright. Let's get some dirt mixed up. So I'm just going to use a seed starting mix. This is honestly the only one that they had. So we're going with it. All right, let's get the dirt moist. Just using my water hose. So you want it to be like a brownie consistency. It takes a minute to rehydrate. The good thing is to seed start, unless you're starting a ton of seeds, you don't really need that much dirt. which is nice. Sometimes I accidentally put a little too much, but then you just add a little more dirt. That's the beauty of gardening. It doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes it's easier just to use your hands. And then you still make a mess. It's fine. That's the other beauty of gardening. I feel like a little kid making a mess sometimes. Alright. So you don't want to hydrate it after you put your seeds. Like, you don't want to put it in the containers and then hydrate it, because your seeds are going to move around from as much water as you have to put in it. So you want it hydrated before you put them in. Okay. So it's nice. Maybe a little bit. It's not really, so it like just sticks together. And you can, with this dirt, you can kind of tell by the color. There's still a little bit of light brown. It gets darker when it's hydrated. All right. I think we're good. So let's see. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and fill the big one, because I know I only need 2 of those. Do that. You want to make sure there's no air pockets in there, because you don't want roots to hit air while they're growing, because they'll self-prune, and that just means that they'll die off the part that hits the air. All right, so that's going to be our zucchini. I like to just fill them all at once, because this is the dirty part, and then when I start getting into the seeds, I can clean my hands off, and it's not, I mean, you still have to touch the dirt, but it's not as dirty. So you don't have to pack it down a lot, but you do want to make sure the dirt, it's full. You want to make sure it's full. Okay. Put a little more in there. Especially some of these flower seeds are going to be surface sown. That's what it tells me on the packet anyway. I don't know how many I need. Sometimes I plan it all out. Sometimes I just wing it. See what happens. So this is going to be our broccoli. And then after that, so that's all our veggies. That's enough dirt for all our veggies. And then we'll do our flowers. Dog hair. Dog hair is in the dirt. My mom has white German Shepherds, and they're wonderful, but their hair gets in everything. Okay, broccoli. All right, so what did I decide? 1, 2, 3. Okay. I have to mix a little more dirt. I'm gonna do petunia, yeah. Funny, last year when I started doing this, I was very particular. It had to be even. So I've done it. I guess it's like 2 seasons for us now that I've done it. I'm not particular about the dirt anymore. It's fine. It'll be fine. They'll grow. I actually might have the perfect amount of dirt. Man. Isn't that lovely? This never happens. All right, look at that. Perfect. I like doing this on the patio because it doesn't matter if I make a mess. I have tried to do it inside before. Much prefer the patio method. Much prefer. All right. So zucchini seeds, because they're a bigger seed. Where'd you go? They say 1/2 inch to 1 inch. The rule of thumb that I have heard and that I have done and has worked very well thus far is you plant the seed about the depth of the size of the seed. And that seems, I hardly ever have a problem with seed sprouting. So I think that's a good rule of thumb. I have plenty of seeds since I'm only doing 2 plants. So I'm just gonna do 2 each. That'll work out just fine. All right, make sure to label, which I'm not always good about. All right, zucchini's planted. We'll do the broccoli next. You're over here, aren't you? All right, so wall from 29. I'm just gonna do it in rows so that I only have to do 1 label, I think. I wrote out 6, but I can relabel them something else. I forgot how little these seeds are. These seeds are, oh, pretty small. So I'm just gonna do 2. No, just kidding. I'm gonna make holes first. Just little indents for these because they're pretty small. Make sure nothing big's in the way. Just cover them with a tiny bit of dirt. I guess I'll put these in here and then I'll have them for when they are bigger. I didn't really need them. I don't know. It's fine. It's all fine. I lost some, but that's okay because I have plenty. Same thing with these. Make sure nothing big's in the way. They're not very big seeds, so, oh, there's a stick. We don't want any sticks in the way of our little seedlings coming up. Just move a little dirt, put some seeds. I don't know. There's 2 or 3 going each hole. I don't know. We'll see when they come up. And these seeds are actually a year old, so they may not germinate as well. So it's probably best that I put more than 1. If you don't want to waste seeds, put 1. That's fine. I don't plant enough to worry about it. They're gonna get wasted or they're gonna get planted, you know, so Might as well just make sure they come up in one shot. All right, broccoli's planted. Next. All right, let's do our kale. I guess I'm gonna have to open this one this way because it doesn't have a little fold over thing. All right, so this is the dwarf blue curled Vates kale. Don't know what that means. These seeds were gifted to me. I forgot to put the little divots. It's fine. They're little seeds. Just cover them with some dirt. It's all good. Sweet chili. All right. I honestly live in Florida and our growing seasons are super funky. I don't know if these are the best times to plant all this stuff. Like I said, this is not educational. I mean, I can help you start seeds, but I don't know exactly when I should start seeds. I know this is about the time, but optimal time, not your girl. We're just along for the ride together. Okay, let's do the greens. These are super small too. These are a little bit smaller than the broccoli. Lettuce seeds are pretty small. I'm literally just moving dirt to have dirt to put on top of it. That is all. I don't eat a ton of lettuce, but I do like to have salads every now and then. So that's why I'm only doing 2 of each. I probably honestly will give a lot of this away even. Look at how small these lettuce seeds are. These are the outrageous. Look how pretty. These get really pretty. So 2 plants at a time will be more than enough for me. I really only need 1. I just want to make sure they come up, and I don't mind giving some away and sharing. I like to have extra to share. Oh. And butter crunch. Let's do the one that has different kinds first, I guess. And then we'll do the flowers that get their own cell. So then I don't have to worry about labeling. Okay, so we want the nasturtiums, the jasmine, and the 4 o'clocks. All right, so these seeds are pretty big. I might should I've actually done these in bigger cells, but that's okay. I just might have to up pot them before I put them out. That is a-okay. All right, so we're gonna go a little deeper for these because these seeds are a decent size. So we're gonna go a tad bit deeper. And I am putting 2 in each. I have plenty of seeds. You don't have to. If you don't want to waste them, just do 1. These jasmine seeds are pretty decent size too. These were given to me. Someone just thought I would like them, so maybe I will. I love the smell of jasmine, so we shall see. I need to look up if it needs to be an inside plant or outside, or if it can even tolerate our heat. I have no idea. Some of these flowers I'm gonna have to look up kind of how to take care of. We will see from there. Okay, and nasturtiums. All of these are big. Nasturtium seeds look pretty cool. They're actually pretty cool when they put the seeds off. They flower and then they form the seed, but you can see it. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting looking flower on a plant. They're pretty cool. There we go. Flowers are done. All right, let's do the forget-me-nots. Oh my gosh. Okay, so these are supposed to be surface sown. And there is a reason. First of all, they probably need light to germinate. I'm not sure about that, but I'm guessing because they are surface sown. These seeds, I don't even know if you can see how small they are. They're ridiculously small. They're like smaller than carrot seeds, which is crazy. They're about the same size. All right, so we're gonna do a whole tray. So I don't even need, I'm just gonna put them on here. I don't know, I've never done any surface sown ones. So we're winging it. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. None. So hopefully some of these germinate and we get flowers. We shall see. They're so little. Okay. I'm just gonna spray them with a little mist. And that's that. All right. Let's do the petunias because those are surface sown also, I believe. Yep. So these are probably gonna be really small. Oh yeah. Oh. Wow. Okay. These are ridiculously small. I don't even know if you can tell. I don't even know if you can see them. That is crazy. They're like sticking to the package. They're so... That is crazy. I don't even know how to get these out of here. Well, that worked. All right, let's just... We're just winging it. We're putting the whole package because I can't see them, so... I don't know. We're going with it. All right. And last but not least, snapdragons. gosh, these are so tiny too. Wow. Okay. It is so crazy that you can get such like big, beautiful flowers. I mean, they're not huge, but like how they grow and stuff, how pretty they are and how big they are. It's so crazy that you can get that from this little teeny tiny speck of a seed. That's pretty amazing, honestly. Okay. I'm assuming they're surface sown too. So we'll see how these surface sown ones go. There was a bug. I have never done any surface sown plants. So we'll see how it goes. And that is the seed starting that I have for the fall. These are my tomatoes and stuff behind me. So those are done. So this is all we needed to get done today. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.